Okay, so after coming to the selection of projects, we want to finalize certain uh, important problems which are creating a lot of loss. So now we have channelized up to certain projects. So we want to select the problems which are creating more loss. Okay, for that Pareto will be another interesting tool. Project prioritization is an important tool which we chose on a lot of criteria. Pareto is another tool which will help you to choose projects based when the problems are less. Okay, and which problem is creating a lot of loss to the company. See, 10 problems are there, but which one is causing a lot of pain? Which one is creating a lot of revenue loss? For that, you can use Pareto to identify that. So let us see what is this Pareto and how to draw a Pareto and stratification and weighted Pareto also. Okay, you will see it one by one. So who developed this Pareto chart? Actually, a man called Wilfred Pareto. Okay, he was an Italian economist, and Italy was under an economical crisis in the 18th century end, and they asked him to do a survey, and he gave a report that 80% of the wealth in Italy is owned by 20% of the people. In our country, it is very worst, I believe. So he said 80% of the wealth is owned by 20% of the people. So later on, Joseph Juran, another important quality management guy. Most of you may be aware of it. Okay, he developed that concept into a 80-20 rule. That is, he told 80% of revenue loss is created by 20% of problems. So if you solve 20% of 20% of problems, your performance will increase by 80%, your revenue may increase by 18%, your efficiency will grow by 80%. Okay, your customer satisfaction may grow by 80%. This is what Joseph Juran told. That is why it is called as 80-20 chart, 80-20 rule. That is 80% of the loss is caused by 20% of the problems. So we are in the process of identifying that 20% of the problems. Instead of focusing on all the 10-15 problems, if I am able to, if my team is able to focus on 20% of the problems, it will be easy for me, right? So I don't have to worry about the remaining, because solving this 20% of the problems is going to increase my revenue or efficiency or performance by 80%. That is a very good deal, right? So that is what this Pareto is going to do. So when it comes to the Pareto chart, we have four important data. When it comes to drawing the Pareto chart, we have four important data. So we have a x-axis, which will be having only the type of defects or type of problems. Okay, it will be abstract data, only the type of defects or type of problems. Here you can see on the x-axis. Okay, on the left hand side, you will be having the number of counts, only numerical values, number of counts or number of defects on the left hand side of the y-axis. Then on the right hand side of the y-axis, you will be having the percentage from 0 to 100. That is how much percentage each defect has occurred. Okay, that will help us to find the number of defects in percentage. And on the center, you will be having a blue line. It is called a cumulative percentage line, that it represents the total cumulative percentage of the defects. So you will see how to draw this Pareto chart. So in the Pareto chart, you will be having four data. Abstract data, that is type of defects or type of problems on the x-axis, number of defects, number of count of the defects, number of problems on the left hand side y-axis, and the percentage of defects, each defects on the right hand side. It will be it will be having 0 to 100 only, and you'll be having an important cumulative line. That is what will help us to find out some important, what will help us to interpret certain things, important things. Okay, so this blue line is a cumulative percentage line of the defects. Okay, now let us see how to calculate this, do this Pareto. Okay, I will come to this later. Okay, so for that, we take a small example. So I got a data from one of my government industry, which I did a project. Okay, they gave me, so this is the problems which is occurring to us regularly. Okay, so give us a solution, give us where we have to focus. That is, they gave a data like this: defective buttons. In government industry, we know they will be stitching different type of ready-mades, and they have given, because of defective button problems, some governments are rejected. So defective button occurs 217 times. Okay, in a 30 days. Then loose thread, because of loose thread, garments are rejected in quality inspection 67 times. Misaligned fabric 18 times. fabric stains 23 stains, stitching defects 112, hemming defects 43, coloring errors 12, totally 492. So in 30 days, there are 492 defects which causes loss to the particular garment industry. So using this, using this data, I am going to draw a Pareto chart and going to find which defects are causing more loss. Okay, so before going to develop a chart, I have to do some calculations. Okay, so first thing I have to do is I have to arrange the data in a descending order from the increasing to decreasing order. Data should be on the top side and the lowest data should be on the bottom side. Okay, so the defective button is 217 times loose thread. This is what is given by the garment industry. I have arranged it in the descending order. Okay, 217, 112, 67, 43 in that order. Then I go ahead and calculate the percentage of each defects. So total defects is 492. So 217 divided by 492, 112 divided by 492. Likewise, I have calculated the percentage of defects for all the problems. Okay, then I calculated the cumulative percentage also. How we calculate the cumulative percentage? Simple. Just add the previous percentage with the next one. That is 441 plus 22.8, 66.9. 66.9 plus 13.6, 80.5. 80.5 plus 8.7 is 89.2. Are you able to follow me on the table, gentlemen? Any doubts?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, sir? Easy.
Could you please repeat this defect percentage, how we are calculating?
Just I will use the pointer. That will be easy. Okay. So, very simple. That is, I believe all of us know how to calculate the percentage of defects. That is this particular value divided by the total value. 217 divided by 492. So we got the percentage. Now, regarding the cumulative percentage, the first percentage is going to remain the same. That is the defective button percentage is going to remain the same. Then what I do is I add the next percentage, that is loose stitching defects. Stitching defects is having 22.8. So 44.1 plus 22.8. So 66.9. The second cumulative percentage defect is 66.9. Then 66.9 plus 13.6. It gives 80.5. Then 80.5 plus 8.7, 89.2. Then 89.2 plus 4.7. That gives 93.9. 93.9 plus 3.7. So are you able to understand now? Clear? Yes? You may yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
only you have asked the question.
Yes, somebody asked the question. That's why I explained it. So I believe it is clear now. Okay, so we have to calculate the defective percentage and we have to calculate the cumulative percentage. So if you got these two data in your hand, you can go ahead and draw this Pareto chart. Very simple. Okay, so first we have to plot the frequency of the particular defects. So defective button, you got 217. Okay, then stitching defects 112, hemming defects 67. Likewise, we have to plot the graph based on the frequency. Once it is plotted, we have to go for plotting this cumulative line. Okay, for cumulative line, we have to use the cumulative percentage, okay, which we have calculated previously. Okay, so the first point starts at 44.1. Okay, 44.1 is for defective button. So defective button 44.1. Okay, then stitching defects 66.9. Stitching defects 66.9. Then loose thread 80.5. Loose thread 80.5. So look at this, three defects. They are causing a loss of nearly 80.5%. Revenue loss is 80.5%. 80% of the defects is because of these three problems only. Okay, so if I am able to look into these three things, automatically the efficiency increases by rejection reduces by 80%, right? You believe me, right? You accept me, right? So this is what this Pareto chart helps you to do. Then hemming defects, you go across the blue line, hemming defects, it is 89.2%, 89.2. Then fabric stains, 93.9. Then misaligned fabric, 97.6. Then finally coloring errors. It is the end of the cumulative percentage line. So this is how this cumulative percentage line is drawn. So after drawing this, we are able to find out, gentlemen, this three defects is causing a revenue loss of nearly 80%. So if you focus on, if my team is able to focus on this, then definitely they will be able to solve it and improve the efficiency, performance, or revenue increase by 80%. Very simple, right? So this is one way how you can choose which area you have to focus. Okay, which defect or which problem you have to focus on. Clear, gentlemen? We have still some part left in this Pareto. Is clear? Shall I move to the next slide? Give me yes or no.
Yes.
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 Yeah, thank you. To focus on the problems